Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
Welcome to Flat Earth Debate. I'm your host, Nathan Oakley, and if you're new to this channel, or you've not done so already, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon to keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. If you would like to support this channel, there is a super chat that runs alongside each of these shows while they're live, and there's also a link in the info box below the video once it's rendered. But most importantly, if you would like to join the discussion, simply mute the page you are currently watching, then click the link in the info box below this video to join the panel and express your views on the shape of the Earth. If you do join, please don't swear. If you do, you'll be ejected, and if you are, please don't try to rejoin the stream using sock accounts. You'll be warmly welcome back on the next stream. Please also share the show. Sharing the show obviously increases the live audience, but this in turn increases the chances of a more diverse panel. So please share the show. And one last time, if you're new to the channel or you've not done so already, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon to keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. Now we are joined by The Plain Truth. Terrible timing. Beep beep. Maybe not. Sleeping Warrior and Arwin, how are you all doing? Yeah, you've all plotted this while I was distracted. You've all said, let's not say a damn thing when he introduces us, just for the fun of it. Very, very funny. Right, have it your way. I don't mind a bit of dead air. You total bastards. I hate all of you. You know that. I know you're all chuckling. Can you actually hear me? Have I got a technical issue? I don't think so.
You have a technical issue. Can't hear you.
Can't hear me, you liar.
No, that's the first time I've heard you speak.
Really?
Yeah, I've not heard anything before that.
You've not been on before that, mate.
Oh, okay. Well, I've got a slight technical issue then. I was just calling you all bastards for not talking to me after the intro.
No, we're waiting for you to introduce the show.
I just have. I hope it went out live, and I've now got an issue with screen sharing, which is a bit interesting.
You've got an issue.
Got an issue. Got several issues.
I didn't see anything go live, so...
Yeah, we should be live. Let's just check we actually are live.
No.
Probably the worst start to a show so far. No, we are live. Yeah, it's definitely working. I just can't screen share for some reason.
It hasn't been announced.
So what did you do to allow us to hear you? Because we've not been able to hear you before now.
I didn't do anything.
But did you not hear me say, are we live yet?
No, I didn't hear anything from you either, and you're all off mute. Just a weird start. It's just a glitch with the Hangout, I don't doubt. And I've now got a glitch with screen sharing, so...
Oh.
So are we now live?
We are now live, yes indeed. What a shambles.
Yeah. Well, where were we? I don't even remember where we were.
We were nowhere.
We were nowhere because you didn't get an introduction, so... We are joined by Plain Truth, Sleeping Warrior, and Arwin. I did say that all right.
Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Hello. What?
Good to have you all.
I'm just having a look at some footage I got this morning. I need to run through. I've got so much footage I want to go through, and I've just not got the time to do it at the minute. So I'm kind of doing it on the fly whilst we're live. So if you give me a little bit of time, I'll come back to you shortly.
Okay.
A buddy of mine sent this YouTube channel where the guy promotes new gadgets, and he had this laser pointer that was like 1,500 milliwatts, which is a level 4 laser that can burn your eyes out and whatnot. And when he was describing it, he was just going through how he was testing it out, and he said that he he's on the coast of Washington or whatever. So he had a friend who was 5 miles away over the water, and he was just describing it. And he was like, yeah, so I just shown it over the water, and my friend said he saw it, and he just kept going and talking about it. But that was the whole point that my friend sent it to me. He goes, just wait for it, just wait for it. So he had a 5-minute or a 5-mile visual of a laser pointer over water.
I'm just going to restart this Hangout, so anything you say for the next 20 seconds might not get heard. Just wanted to make you aware. If I can get this back up and running with screen sharing hopefully working. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
See if screen sharing works now.
Yay.
Yes. Excellent. Just a glitch
I
with
can see
the
it.
just a glitch with the Hangout, I think.
Hmm.
333rd Hangout coming up.
Nice.
This is the special Masonic episode.
No.
Nathan,
Yes. Hello. I'm just trying to sort out issues while I'm hoping you'll cover the dead air. You're not doing it, but I'll join in and stop what I'm doing. Hopefully nothing else will go wrong. Go ahead. What did you want?
screen share.
Oh, you want me to screen share you? Yeah, no problem. Yeah. You're up.
So the best day of visibility I had whilst I was away is the video that you're about to see. Now, I'm not saying anything about this. This is the first time I've seen it, but the clarity was fantastic. And what I thought I was looking at, I'm looking at this area down here because this is where I thought the lighthouse was. So I'm focusing on this. But look at how clear. Look, I mean, I know slightly out of focus, but I can see all the fields again. I can see all the fields. But there does appear to be some. I mean, look at that there. I'm going to have to get exactly what it is I'm looking at here. I can't quite see what I'm looking at. I don't recognize it. But I don't know if you can see what I can see, what that looks like. That's what I thought was the lighthouse. But look at the clarity of the day, man. I mean, you can see the fields and stuff behind. But I can't pick out what that is. I don't know if it is it or is not it. But my first thoughts were, it is it. That's what I think is the lighthouse. But I'm going to have to line it up with the composite. In fact, actually, what I might be able to do, look at that. That imagery is amazeballs. Let me just try. Do I get any benefit out of doing this? Because there's going to be parallax, you see, in the foreground. It looks like I'm looking in that area. Look, them bits there, those divides there, look like they are.
Yeah. Hedge borders.
There's going to be parallax with the coast, you see. So I've got what looks like these field divides here. Look like it would be these ones here. So it looks like it's going to be off to the left of them. And that is off to the left of them. Because previously, Snaefell was there, but the lighthouse is there. Whereas previously, Snaefell is there, the lighthouse is there, but it's... Yeah, it must be that. So that does look like it's the lighthouse. Because there's the mountain that comes down, which looks like it would be... Which you can't even see in this imagery. So if that came down like that, then that would mean that the lighthouse is just to the left. That would come down like that, and then the lighthouse is just to the left. That looks about right, doesn't it? And then these things here presumably would be... Oh, hang on. So that looks like that bit there looks like that, would you say?
Yeah.
So that bit there is that. It is that bit. So if that's... I'd say that there, the lighthouse, I'd say that lighthouse is that there, would you?
Yeah.
Looks like it's in the right place. So obviously this is what I'm focusing in on because I'm trying to kind of see the lighthouse with it being such a clear day. So if that is the lighthouse and I'm looking for a diagonal hedgerow, there would be that. Yeah, that is the lighthouse then. Right, this creates the ball as a problem because if I've got eyes on the top of the eye, well, I'd say that we're probably seeing the same amount of lighthouse there. Would you agree?
Looks like it's got the exact same refraction band running straight through the middle of it.
But the problem is, this composite was taken from the top of the hill, which was about 115 at its absolute highest point. So if I run this back over here, which we've done a few times, I know.
115 feet, including a tripod, to the lowest of low tides.
Correct. So I'm just looking for where it was. So this was there's the path that goes up there. There's the thingy. So it's that bit there. That's where the highest point was, and that's why I put in the 52 feet, because that's what Google Earth's putting it at there, 51, 52 feet. Problem is, for the ballers, I'm getting pretty much the same view from on this corner here. There's a little fence down here. Basically, we stopped in this triangle bit, and there's an opening here. There's like a fence post, and I'm on that fence post. And that's saying if it was 100 before, it's now down to 43. And I'm getting that lighthouse there manifesting itself there. And I'm going to say that that's probably the same. Shut up! Probably the same amount of the lighthouse as we've seen before, but from a much higher point. Look at how clear that is. It's incredible.
What did
so I've got that.
I've forgotten the argument in terms of the elevation of that particular part of car park. That basically, for those who have kept up to date, the Miles the Liar Davis step is on the exact same level as this car park. It's all flat and level, that triangle, that concrete triangle. So
yeah,
is it? Would
Miles,
you say it's the
Miles
same?
Miles said he was at 40 feet, and I said there was no way he was anything more than 30. I think I said 31. But whatever value that is, that's what I got from this morning. And look at how clear that is. I could put filters on that and make that even more clear. But if that's the lighthouse and I'm getting it, forget that higher point. The original claim was made from the 35 elevation, which they said was 57, I think it was. What elevation is this? This is down to about the original claim that was made, and I'm seeing Mackle Lighthouse. And the reason why I did it was because the sun was shining on this part. I think there was like a gap in the clouds, and it was lighting up all this side of the mountain. And I was like, So I just got the camera out quick and snapped it before I lost it, because the sun was shining on it. So it just made it exceptionally clear. But you can see you can see Miles's point there. Miles's thing is there right in front of me. So as I zoom in here, all I'm doing, and to be honest, I didn't even see I didn't look for floaty land. I just saw how crystal clear that was, and I was like, wow. I wonder if I can see the lighthouse from there with that shining on it. So I got the zoom out, and I can see all them fields, and then it goes over to there. So all them fields.
Pretty interesting, because closer to you, it seems to be pretty cloudy, right?
Yeah, I'm at cloud. Yeah,
but that's interesting, because in that case, well, there won't be much sunlight getting in the foreground, basically.
So let's just go.
Because that could also be disruptive.
So we know the distance in miles is 31 miles to Mackle, and we know that Miles claimed that even at 40 feet, Miles claimed that we had a fight over that. That's where he got the nickname Miles the Liar Davis from. But let's just put his value in, and then the refracted hidden there would be 300 feet. Well, wasn't the focal height of that lighthouse 210? Was it, Nath?
Something like that.
So if that's 210, if that turns out to be the lighthouse, and we're seeing more than just the tippy tops of it, the focal top of it, then now I've got this lighthouse from a really lower observer point. And don't forget, the other day I got right the way down to Ramsey almost, and that's a hangout that I'll be having with Sly tonight. So props for the Sly hangout tonight. But now I'm seeing the lighthouse from unexpectedly from the car park, just because the sun was shining on it. And I'm like, I mean, look, I don't know. I'm going to have to do a bit of look how clear that is. I mean, you can see that the sun's shining. I mean, I've got cloud where I am, but I've never seen it look so sharp there before.
Well, maybe that is because in the foreground for you, there isn't much sunlight hitting things, creating heat, creating distortion from that heat. But in the background, it is extra lit up. So that could give you the extra edge in clarity.
And the other thing that's interesting is if What was I going to say then? Google Earth. Oops. If I go to Google Earth, zoom out a bit, then follow that line of sight over again, they're going to argue straight away, well, you can't see the beach. Well, that's what Cat Earth would argue. But we know that things are getting compressed from the bottom side up, right? Trying to get over it. I wonder whether if it's being compressed the way it looks in other images, are we getting compression here again that they're claiming is curve?
Simple answer, yes.
I would say so, yeah. So let's try and get a bit of scale in this. So if I go down a little bit more, I'm just wondering whether, because we know we can see to the top of the lighthouse, which would be, well, it's not that high, is it? So then the top of the lighthouse is there. So we're looking for that top bit there, which is presumably one of these two up here. It's difficult to judge how much we're seeing, but if all that land that we're seeing is all that stuff that's above it, I would say we're definitely getting compression at the bottom end, which is what they're interpreting as. What's that? Never seen that 360 before. What's that? Oh, right. Somebody's put, oh, there's a 300. View this on 360. There we go. View this on 360 cities. I've never seen this before. Let's just see what happens. All right. Okay. So the lighthouse is just beyond this hill. So I'm obviously looking backwards from over here somewhere. That's the lighthouse complex there. And then this is Snaefell and North Barul and stuff. Never seen this before. This is new. Well, this is going to totally change the curve calcs because all the fighting was all at the top of the hill. But now I've been able to get lower and I've been able to pick up that imagery from the car park that Miles took his video from. And if that's the lighthouse, which I think it is, that changes things a lot because it just happens to be a clear day. Sun was shining on it. And you can also see, if you look at the horizon there, you can see that it's whipping round again like it does on Soundly stuff. So we are seeing that mirroring layer that seems to be right the way through the middle. So maybe half that's the lighthouse. But in any event, even if it is the lighthouse, if we can see it, we're seeing down to 200 feet. It's going to require a bit of work, but I'll have to come up with, we'll have to work through it and see what assertions that can be made based on what we can see in this imagery. But I think Mac Old Lighthouse is going to be making a reappearance, boys and girls, and it's not going to look good for you guys if I've got it from that car park. Ha 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 ha.
Cool. What was the tide doing?
I don't know. I'd have to look it up. I've got the date and time on it. I don't know. I came out, looked, and thought, ooh, that's interesting. And then got the camera, shoved it on, and just pointed and clicked and see what I could see. I'll have to check the tide and see. I honestly don't know. I didn't know.
You couldn't actually see it from where you were because the car park's in the way. But yeah, give it a quick check. It'd be nice to know.
Yeah, well.
It did look a bit wavy, so that could be creating more obstruction.
Superb catch, by the way. No one's giving you any props. So props.
Yeah,
it does need some props because that was the whole argument from the top of the cliff or the top of the hill. There's like 115 feet at its absolute highest point above water. Well, whatever that height was, how much are you going to take off? Because it's down on the car park, guys. So it's like, well, maybe we're seeing stuff just because it's clear, which is what I've always said. If it's clear enough, you'll see it. If you got a bit of distortion on the horizon, maybe not. If you got a bit of mogginess in the air, maybe not. I mean, Nora came up for a while and got nothing. For the time she was here, nothing at all. Anyway, I'll have to have a chat offline with that and see if it is that lighthouse and see is it as strong as what it looks, because I think it looks as strong. So, and I may have to shoot off shortly as well. I've got to go and do a little bit. Not take me long, but I don't think I'll be back in time for the rest of the first show. I should be back in time for the second show.
Okay. Well, thanks for presenting that picture. It was very good.
Oh, I've got loads of footage. Loads of stuff I'm gonna have to go through. It's all good.
All right.
Excellent. I look forward to doing that.
Yep.
Wait.
When we got back last night, the missus went out for some milk and bits and pieces. Come back without the milk. So, anybody found any curvature recently?
Are we doing a bit of housekeeping? No signs of curvature.
Axial rotation. Who was it that's got axial rotation?
Nobody.
Who was it? Somebody's got. So there's a claim for that. I can't remember who it was now.
Don't
Oh,
know.
come on. We ask this all the time. Somebody's got a claim for axial rotation, and it was. I can't remember who it was. It wasn't gravity, was it? Oh, no, hang on. Curvature. Yeah, it was curvature. Slice Arcane it was. Oh, actually, that's it. So we got a curvature claim by Slice Arcane in my own work. So whilst we're thinking about it, I've challenged Sly to a hangout because I want to see what the hell he's talking about. It's going to be, I think it's at 8 o'clock tonight, British time. 9 o'clock if you're in Central Europe. I think I can't remember the exact time, but it's British summertime. It's 8 o'clock, I believe, tonight. So 8 p.m. British summertime. I'll be simulcasting it on my channel. I'll be on Sly's channel. And basically, he reckons that I've got a proof of curvature in my work. And I'm going to be asking him how on earth it's possible that it could be interpreted in that way when it's flat as a pancake. So make sure you tune in at 8 o'clock British summertime. Slice Arcane on his channel or me on my channel. It'll be simulcasting because that's going to be an interesting one. But no, there's no evidence of axial rotation. Gravity.
Nope.
Was there a claim by somebody for grav?
Not that
Gravity?
I know of. Went through Cavendish on about 3 or 4 shows. They kept coming back with it, and then it kind of petered out.
There were 2 claims, wasn't? Oh, I know what it was. It was a pressurized environment living next to a non-pressurized environment, and that was the one for Red's Rhetoric.
That's Red's Rhetoric.
Yeah, Red's Rhetoric's got the explanation for that one. It's gravity in a nutshell, but that'll be one that we could ask him for evidence of rather than just mere explanations of.
Yeah, we're also outstanding a concession for his incorrect use of the curve calculator, applying actual sizes of things. So still waiting for concession for that.
We have Rumpus on quite a few things as well. Rumpus has got numerous things outstanding.
Oh, anybody heard of his spectacular reply hangout yet? That he was supposed to do, what is it now, 3 days ago?
No, I haven't. No one sent me anything. Not that
Yeah, but hang on. That's the one from 3 days ago that was postponed from about, 2 months ago?
No, it was a new one. He just didn't mention the other one from that he was supposed to do months ago.
I think we have to remind these guys that explanation doesn't mean it's proof. Saying something's true don't make it true.
It's true because I made it up myself.
Yep. And it sounds logical and scientific. And if I say it's been scientifically proven, then it sounds even more credible.
Hey, Alan.
Never fear, Alan's here.
Never fear, Alan's really loud as usual.
I've got a proper microphone, I think you'll find.
Yes, indeedy.
What microphone have you got, Alan?
None of your business.
That's a bit harsh.
Deeply personal stuff, that. How dare you, Anthony?
Yes. Stop asking me personal questions. This isn't about me.
No, it's not.
Some great holiday footage there again, Tony, from St. Bees.
KP Maz, is that really you?
I'm gonna.
Hello.
You're an adult what? An adult baby?
Where's the beard?
I grown up.
I hope so. Can you stop?
Really?
Real mature, Nathan.
Can you not join and say racist stuff, please?
That's a clip. He was just foolish enough to do that once, and now the trolls are using that. So you basically screwed over your career, man.
No, that's me.
I thought
Really?
it was.
You do that every time?
Yes.
Why?
Okay, then you're just completely
I think
insane.
the trolls are less racist than me.
Why?
They-
Why would you do that?
They ain't as good.
Why would you do that, P? I don't get it.
I don't think it's funny.
Okay, fair enough. No one really
Like
likes.
you think it's funny to pretend the Earth is flat? I think it's funny to say the N-word.
Oh, we're not
you know,
pretending.
to
You
each their own.
realize there are people out there
To each their
that
own.
take that very seriously, and when they see you and they recognize you, you might get into very serious trouble.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe you should think about it, Arwin, with supporting Tommy Robinson.
I don't think anybody here in the Netherlands even know who he is, really.
Well, you support racists.
No, he's not a racist.
He was a member of the National Front and BNP. What does that make him?
I don't know.
Well,
But
pretty much
I've
makes
never heard him say anything racist. So
Anyway,
See, I think it's bad to ban words. Like I believe in freedom of speech.
yeah,
and
I agree with that. But the thing is, there are some people that really take very serious, violent offense against that type of thing. And if you bump in those people and they recognize you, you're in some deep shit.
What's your position on Black Pete, Arwin?
On what?
what?
Black Pete.
Who is that?
You don't know your own culture?
Oh, you mean from St. Nicholas?
Yes.
Yeah, I think they're great. I love them.
And there you have it, P. Mars.
Yeah.
Arwin enjoys the tradition of a white guy blacking up.
Yeah, why not? It's pretend.
Not offensive at all. Not offensive at all.
No,
who cares if stuff is offensive?
it's not a derogative term. It is a historical reenactment
I think
or a
you'll
semi-historical reenactment.
think
It's a
you'll
play.
find it-
It's pretend.
I think you'll find it is derogatory.
No, it's not. They're not actually slaves.
Do you
They're
know,
hired. They get paid for it.
do you know the history of the
It's-
black and
it's
white
called
minstrels and black?
black-
Well, it's not
Blackface.
really historical. That's the funny thing about it. But even within the pretend system, they're not slaves. They work for him. They get paid.
Can you back off your mic
Yeah.
a little bit, Arwin? We're getting a load of plosives.
Sorry.
I would like to put on some blackface and do a flat Earth minstrel show sometime. If anyone would be interested on the panel, we could
Not
do
really.
it on my channel, P
No,
Mars.
thank you.
Nah,
good.
we'll just leave that sort of thing to you.
I
You can
think
do
flat Earth minstrel shows could be pretty popular, Nathan. They might be profitable for you.
I'm not interested. You can keep that one on your channel, thanks. Hey, Josh. Hello, can you hear us?
Hello.
Good to have you.
Oh, hi Nathan. Hi guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, hi Alan. Sorry if I interrupted anything. Does anyone mind if I ask Nathan a question?
Hello.
Hi, Isaiah. How you doing?
I'm doing good. This is No Glow, by the way.
Good to have you, No Globe.
Yes. Good morning.
Actually,
Oh,
good
well.
night from where I am,
Good night. Where are you?
Australia.
Oh, very nice.
Hey, Josh,
Yo.
have you worked out how high a 10-foot wall is yet?
Oh, good question, Anthony. Good question. I believe that a 10-foot wall is 10 foot high.
No matter how far away you get from it, right?
Yes. Did you happen to see? I saw your video on that particular comment just the other day. I left a few messages. Did you have a chance to read them?
No, I've been busy. I've been out and about, mate. I'll have a look and I'll no doubt send you some scorn. Well deserved and well earned scorn, I'm sure.
Okay, great. I actually just had a quick one. I can't stay long. I like Ruhip, where I'm on the other side of the world right now. Bedtime's coming up. I just had a quick one actually for Nathan. I needed a concession from Nathan. If you're there, Nathan.
Well, hang on a minute. I think you over concession yourself, don't you? A 10-foot wall is only 10 foot when it's right touching your nose, right?
No, it's always 10 foot, Riley.
Always 10
Always
it's
Oh,
an
so
absolute
Arwen's
height.
become a perspective denier as well.
No, it's an
10
absolute
foot
height.
Absolute
It's not an absolute
value.
height. It's only
The
absolute
It is,
when you're
10 foot
absolutely
is an
touching it.
absolute height.
But, no, Anthony.
Absolute when you're absolutely touching it.
Anthony, just hear me out. Don't just repeat the same thing, right? The value that's attributed, the feet and inches value, will never change. But by calling it how many feet, or asking that question in that terminology, it forces you to give an absolute value answer, Regardless of distance, a 10-foot wall is 10 foot. Tumbleweed.
Yeah. Otherwise, you'd have to.
Yeah, but
have to
that's
phrase it
tumbleweed in
differently.
Riley's front yard right there. Right, Riley's the one not responding to you right now, Nathan.
Yeah, but we also concede, Josh, that the reason you apply this feet and inches value is so that you can keep the world in orthographic absolute value. That's why you do it. So you're asking a question so that you think it's clever. You think that by labelling it with feet and inches that means anything to us. It doesn't.
Yeah,
Nathan, it means everything
if
to
you want,
everyone.
If you want to compare it to views, you would have to phrase it a little differently. You would have to say, how big would it appear to be?
Overthought, can you hear us? Hello? Hello?
Unmute.
Hello? Got another couple of seconds before you're going to get kicked.
No, I'm gonna kick him.
I've already done it.
So, Nathan, can I just have a quick moment with you, if you don't mind?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I thought Nathan was going to ask or answer.
Nobody's
Nathan,
speaking, so-
I don't know if you remember, Nathan, but a little while ago I was asking about the sun and the moon and stuff, and you told me that you had debunked timeanddate.com. Do you still stand by that?
Yeah, it didn't match with what we had on the sun tracking.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, you told me that you debunked timeanddate.com because you'd done a sun tracking experiment. Is that accurate?
You just asked me that, and I gave you an answer.
Well, okay then. But recently you've told me that you cannot use the sun to determine anything. So therefore, you didn't debunk timeanddate.com because you used the sun. Is that also accurate?
No, it wasn't in the place that Time and Date said it should be.
Yeah, but you used the sun to determine that timeanddate.com wasn't accurate. Yet you told me that you can't use the sun to determine anything because you don't know what it is.
Yeah,
So I
I'm
would
not...
like a concession from you to tell me that you did not debunk timeanddate.com.
Sorry, I'm not using the sun to say it's anything. Time and Date is, and yet they have it wrong.
Yeah, but how did you determine that, Nathan? You used sun tracking.
By looking at the sun, where it said it was supposed to be, it wasn't.
I'm not sure you're following me, Nathan.
Yeah, I am following you. You're saying that I can't use the sun to prove anything, Josh. I'm not trying to prove anything. I'm trying to debunk something. So what on earth are you talking about? Should I be using the moon to debunk the sun? What the bloody hell are you on about?
I'm so sorry, Nathan. I'll try.
You just seem to be stuttering, Josh. Yeah,
I've
told you my answer. Was my answer not satisfactory? Were you hoping that that was a really good question and that I was using the sun to say that it was doing something or somewhere else? Or was I just literally taking the assumptions of the very program that I claim to have debunked using sun tracking by looking at what they say?
Did you use sun tracking to debunk timeanddate.com?
I haven't finished talking. Yeah?
Sorry.
So they say it's in a certain place. It wasn't.
Have you finished talking now?
Well, that's pretty conclusive, I would say.
So sorry, Nathan. I'm so dumb. Did you use the sun to debunk timeanddate.com?
Time and Date said the sun would be in a particular location, and it wasn't. What more do I need to say?
I think it's just a yes or no answer, Nathan. Did you use the sun to debunk timeanddate.com?
We
Yes
were looking
or no?
at what timeanddate.com said about the sun. It would be impossible to cross-reference the time and date information with anything other than the sun, which is what it's reporting on. So I don't really understand your point. Are you saying that to debunk something that is directly related to bus timetables, you're not allowed to look at buses? Are you a complete moron?
Are you struggling to say yes or no right now, Nathan?
I haven't struggled with anything. I've given you a full and detailed explanation. Time and date said the sun would be somewhere.
Really
and
simple
it
question,
wasn't.
Nathan. Really simple.
Repeat
Did
back
you
to me my
use the
answer.
sun to
You've asked
debunk
me. Shut up. Shut up. You've asked me, have I debunked timeanddate.com? My answer is timeanddate.com said the sun would be in one location, and it wasn't. So you answer me. Would you say that that makes time and date accurate or inaccurate?
Did you use the sun to get your answers?
Sorry, if I'm trying to debunk that a timetable for a bus is inaccurate, I'm going to wait for the bus to come. I'm not going to wait for an aeroplane.
Yes.
Am I?
I agree with Alan. I'm hearing yes. You used the sun to debunk timeanddate.com, yet you refuse to use the sun for any other observation because you can't touch it.
I'm not claiming anything. I'm not using the sun to claim anything. Timeanddate.com claimed the sun would be in a certain location, and it wasn't. Are you saying I should be using the moon to debunk
Nathan,
where they say the sun is? You absolute buffoon.
Nathan, I'd rephrase that and say timeanddate.com says the sun is in a certain angular position in relation to the observer in a location, and it wasn't.
Right, I don't mind
There's
how it gets
nothing really
phrased.
to do with a position because then you assume it is in a specific location.
Josh is pointing out how you'll use evidence of the sun when it suits your fancy, but
It's not suiting my fancy. I'm not making any claims, dumbass. Yeah? If you have a murder and somebody's trying to use the murder weapon as evidence, it doesn't mean they're using the bloody murder weapon, does it, you idiot? You use what people claim as their evidence against them. That's their evidence. They're making claims, dumbass. We're debunking claims. We're not making any claims using that sun during sun tracking. None.
you have a presupposition that the Earth.
No,
You don't.
When
It's not a presupposition. You're a retard. The measurements made by both sides are the same, PMARS. We make the same measurements as you make. We input the same exact stuff you do. The only person with a presupposition...
that's what you're doing.
That's not what I'm doing.
You're only accepting the evidence when it suits your presupposition, and when it
evidence
goes
of an angular location.
Then you say, "Oh, I don't know what the sun is," so that evidence.
So was
doesn't
Josh's point a total fail, or is he now? Is it now?
No, you
PMARS
are a
I'm
fail.
talking about. No, not at all. Someone made a claim, time and date, about where the sun would be. So I looked at the sun to check if it was where they said it would be, and it wasn't. Apparently, I'm not allowed to use the sun to do that. You know, how idiotic is Josh?
Well, you won't use the sun to prove the globe. You'll
I was
use it
talking to
prove
Josh.
the flat Earth.
I was
That's
talking to the
point,
Josh
you
guy,
idiot.
the
he
retard.
doesn't.
I was talking to that idiot that thinks that you're not allowed to use the sun if you're debunking where someone claims the sun is going to be. Yeah, that's who I was talking to. But you can't seem to shut up, P. Yeah? Just let Josh understand his own idiocy.
Doesn't use the sun to prove anything.
Right.
You're
Debunk, not
bigot,
claim.
man.
I'm not claiming anything, Josh. Hello? You there, Josh?
I'm totally here. A lot of stuff got all distracted away from me at that moment. I just kind of stepped back for a moment. I just wanted to hear your concession, Nathan.
There is no concession, dumbass. I'm not using the sun to claim anything. I'm using the sun to debunk what someone else has claimed about the sun. And in order to do that, I must use the sun, you complete dumbass.
Right, so...
Yeah, right, so shut your stupid mouth. Why are you babbling on about a concession, idiot? Yeah? Don't be such a dumbass. I don't need to concede a damn thing. Time and date claim the sun would be somewhere it wasn't. Anything else to add?
Okay, so I'm so sorry. I'm so stupid.
Yeah, just stop stuttering. You are stupid, and you should be sorry, dumbass.
Yeah, you can
you use the sun, or can you not use the sun?
We debunked where time and date claimed the sun would be. They are making claims. We are debunking them. How stupid are you?
Is that a yes? You can use the sun?
They are using the sun to claim a location at a certain time.
So yes.
No, I'm not using the sun to claim anything, dumbass.
So no.
Yeah, you are.
What
Is
claim
that
am I
a
making,
no, you
Josh?
can't use the sun, or a yes, you can use the sun? I'm
What
trying
claim
to
am
keep
I
this so
making?
simple.
What claim am I making, Josh?
You claimed that you debunked timeanddate.com by using the sun.
Right, they are reporting.
Did you do that?
They are reporting on the sun and its location. Should I be looking at the bus timetable to debunk where time and date say the sun will be at a given time? Or should I use the sun? You complete dumbass. How much more humiliation do you need? How much more of this humiliation do you need, Josh? How many times do I need to make the audience aware of how stupid your question is? Do you want me to continue this
Nathan,
for another 10 minutes?
I am stupid.
I know you're stupid, Josh. Yeah? The audience knows you're stupid and everyone on the panel knows you're stupid.
Did you
Real
use
mature,
the sun?
Nathan.
Yeah, time and date use the sun. I debunked their claim that they
So
make.
did you use the sun to debunk their claim?
Josh,
Yeah, we
are you going to
checked where
repeat
they
this
claimed it
retarded
would be.
question for 30 minutes in
Yeah.
a row? Because I'm going to
Just an
kick
idiot.
you.
An idiot.
Owen, I just want a yes or a no. It's all. I just want a yes or a no.
I debunked
Yes.
where they
But
claimed it would
Josh-
be, Josh. Simple.
You're conflating two different subjects. You're conflating what Nathan says about his opinion of
Don't use the word conflate.
and what
Conflate is too big of a word for you.
and
Shut up, P. Mars.
Use words you know are good at the
Shut up.
Arwen, have you got any poems?
Yeah, I got a point. Definitely.
Poem?
Yeah. Okay.
Read it.
Timeanddate.com reports on the angular positions of the sun in relation to the position of the Earth. That is what it does.
That's a terrible poem.
Yeah, but that is what it does. And it had it incorrectly. And that is what Nathan proved. Doesn't mean that he's using a presupposition of a location or a size or anything. He's just disproving that timeanddate.com had the angular relations correctly. That is what he did.
Hey, Mark, how you doing? Good to have you.
I think I preferred Mission Omission.
I like that poem.
I'd still just like an answer, yes or no, please, Nathan. Did you use the sun to do your sun tracking?
Josh,
What
you are
a
conflating.
stupid question. Did I use the sun to do sun tracking? Are you a complete buffoon?
Just say yes then, Nathan.
Why? So you can feel like you've got some sort of victory, you complete spastic.
No.
Yes, it is, Nathan. It's so that I have a victory. It's so that I can prove to your audience that you are a hypocrite.
You are not going to prove that to my audience. All you are doing is proving your own stupidity by asking if somebody used the sun to do sun tracking.
Sorry. Is that my turn? My turn. Yes, please. Did you use the sun to use sun tracking?
No, I used a frog.
I'll take that as a yes.
We
So
tracked
that
the
meant
frog, you stupid idiot. Didn't you hear me? Why would you take me telling you that we tracked a frog to mean yes? Didn't you hear? Are you deaf? I used a frog, okay?
Oh, so you obviously didn't get very accurate results, right?
No,
You
because
should've
we
used
used
the
the frog. Would we have been better off using the sun, dumbass?
Well, we're not doing frog tracking, are we?
Oh, right. We're doing sun tracking. So should we track a frog or the sun? Oh, let me see. You're going to ask me if I use the sun, and when I say yes, you're going to go, ha-ha, gotcha, because you're a retard.
Nathan, you have tried to...
Yeah, don't use my name. Don't tell me what I've tried to do. I'm telling my audience what a complete dumbass you are, because you're asking somebody if they've used the sun to track the sun, because you think you've got some sort of victory out of that stupid, idiotic, pointless question.
There's two things that we have here to consider.
So Nathan, what else can you use the sun for then? Well, you can use the sun for a whole multitude of things. If you're able to use the sun to debunk timeanddate.com, then the sun's real.
They are making a claim. I am debunking that claim. I am not making any claims. I am not using the sun to prove anything. They are.
Your claim was that you debunked.
My claim is they are wrong. Yeah? And I have demonstrated that. Simple.
With the sun.
Well, I'm not going to use a frog now, am I, idiot?
Or you're not going to use a bus or a frog. What's your
Right, because we're tracking the sun and checking out what someone else claims about it. Another tumbleweed moment.
So I missed that. What did you say?
He said yes.
Right. So you got another point, or are you going to harp on about this for an eternity?
No, I don't. Alan, do you not care?
Just stuttering like a complete buffoon. You haven't got a point. You haven't made anything relevant here. You've not done anything useful, Josh.
Hang on, Nathan. You argued with me months ago that you had debunked timeanddate.com.
They made a claim. I checked their claim, and it was wrong. What is the issue? That I used the sun to check what they said about the sun? Is that really your idiotic issue?
So why can't you use the sun for every other measurement?
I'm not using it.
You just said you did!
No. I'm checking the validity of somebody else's assertion about the sun. I'm not using it to claim anything. I am debunking someone else's assertion.
That you debunked time.
Yeah, not the sun. I'm not trying to debunk the sun. I'm trying to debunk someone's claim about the sun. Time and date. Simple.
Cognitive dissonance much, eh?
I don't know what useless point he thought he had. He didn't have one. I'm going to check whether the buses work.
Yeah,
Hold on. Did you use the buses? You said the buses didn't work. So you can't use the buses to prove the buses don't work. What?
Use the word conflate.
Plain truth.
You want to sound smart? Get a thesaurus.
I don't think you're the best person to give people advice on how to look smart.
Why not?
Because you joined the show and use racist
I'm
words.
the smartest person here. Well, I'm not trying to look smart.
No, you're not.
Well, there you go. That's my point. Right. So if you're not trying to look smart,
Flat Earth
and so
community
far
is a
you've
joke,
achieved
Nathan.
not looking smart, why would you give anybody advice on that?
Well, I'm the most intelligent person on
You
YouTube.
said you weren't trying to
In your
look smart.
fantasy world.
You're sounding dumb right
in
now.
reality.
Yeah,
No,
in
you're
your
sounding really
fantasy
dumb.
world, P. Mars.
No.
Is this the
I'm
real
easily,
Primo?
I'm easily the most
very
intelligent
few
human
people
being
out
on this
here that
planet.
believe that you're
I don't even
smart.
think it's close. Well, I don't care what people think because people are retarded. People think what the media tells them to think. According to Zbigniew Brzezinski in his book America's Role in the Technotronic Era Between Two Ages. I said that backwards.
So what? They also tell
read
you live on a
books, guys.
spinning sphere based on a
You
load of
guys have
assumptions.
stupid blue-collar jobs for idiots.
Anyway, so they also tell you you're on a spinning sphere with nothing but assumptions.
I make money with my brain. I don't have to work.
Really?
Did you not want to talk
Yeah,
about Flat Earth, Pete? Did you just want to tell people how smart you are?
What is there to talk about with Flat Earth? Do you have any evidence yet?
Trying to talk about it. You're just not letting us. So you've got a load of assumptions that the news have given you about a sphere Earth that's based on assumption.
No.
Yeah, you've got this value, R. You may have heard of it recently. We talk about it quite a lot. It's just
that's
assumed.
really dumb of you to bring that up because
well, it's
ours.
the-
we got satellites
Oh, you see,
orbiting.
P's
the
triggered already. He
sphere
doesn't want to hear it.
based
What have we got
on
to talk about Flat
our
Earth? And then
value.
P wants to talk all over me as soon as I do talk about it. Do you not like P? Do you not like it, P? No?
I don't care. You can talk about R. I mean, we got satellites orbiting the Earth based on the R value, so I don't.
That's interesting. So you've got satellites with. Yeah, it's one of our arguments, P.
It's
So
not a
you've got
presupposition. Satellites are orbiting the Earth based on R.
based on a presupposition that they made up. Yeah, we know.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks,
R
Pete.
is the
That's a
letter
really
of the
good point.
alphabet.
I'm
Look,
so glad
you
you're
guys,
here.
there's-
You started to pay
there's
off.
math and
I'm glad you're here,
Presuppositional
Pete.
fantasy
That's an
satellite.
excellent
satellites
point.
orbit the Earth based on math that uses the value R, and
Right.
the satellites don't crash. So I'm pretty
You
sure
know what
that the
satellites
R
do?
value.
P Mars,
is
you know what
correct,
satellites
and
use
that
to
you
orbit
are
the Earth?
ridiculous.
P
You are
Mars, you know
ridiculous and
what
funny person.
satellites use to orbit the Earth? Your fantasy. That's
Yeah,
what
they use a fantasy set of maths that's got no scientific backing whatsoever. And I've said that's an assumption. P thinks that it means that satellites are real. He doesn't take it to mean that they're not real. He takes it to mean they are. What an idiot.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, they
Josh,
base the
send me the
trajectory.
call.
You can
What's
see
this call about?
satellites with the. I saw a satellite with my telescope.
Oh, did you? Really? They're about the
Yeah.
size of a car.
Yeah, I saw it.
Really?
You can see it with the P900.
What was the
Rhetoric has
number?
a
What was
video.
the number of the satellite?
I don't know, but on the satellite it said Nathan is real mature. I could read it.
Right.
Such
Okay.
a mature.
It said Nathan is a grown up and he actually has a daughter.
That's all true. I don't know why anyone would pay to advertise that on the side of a fake satellite that's in your imagination. But
Must
there
have
we
been
go.
like Elon Musk. You know, he's a weirdo.
Well, you brought the subject onto Elon Musk, and we were talking about this in the chat before the show, P. So, you believe there's a guy in a Tesla, like a dummy in a Tesla? Do you believe that?
I don't see any reason not to believe it.
Well, because it's fake as hell.
I'll tell you what, I do think Elon Musk is fake and he's an NSA operative. I'll give
Yeah,
you that.
Elon, just worry about this car, right? The flying car. You believe that flying car, right, Pete?
Well, I mean, give me a good reason not to believe it.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just asking. You
Well,
know, if
maybe
you want to.
because Elon Musk is a NSA operative, like you said, and you think he's fake. So
If I'm gonna not believe in something, I'm gonna need some evidence or some sources, something that flat earthers fail to ever provide.
Oh,
me.
I see. Auto believer. Fair enough.
yeah, indeed.
Well, you're an auto. I could say
Auto-
you're an auto
in
disbeliever,
orbit
right?
believer.
Because you don't have any sources or evidence to provide me
Yeah,
to
do.
justify your disbelief.
In space,
Neither
yeah, I do.
do
Yeah, I do.
you.
We've got gas pressure on Earth, right, P? You're breathing it right now,
Okay.
right? Okay. We've got gas pressure. Well, pressure requires a container, something to press
No, it
against.
doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
Why don't trees grow on top of mountains?
Sorry, Alan. What's PSI?
Pounds per square inch.
Inch of what? Nothing.
Probably your brain.
Sorry. So per square inch of my brain or per square inch of a surface?
Why don't trees?
Don't ask me a question. Yeah, Alan. I'll just keep asserting what I've just asserted and you're trying to distract from. So, we have pressure, gas pressure, on Earth. Something which does exist. You're breathing it right now, P. Unfortunately, it's measured based on how much pressure it exerts on something. The walls of the container it is in. So,
This is the voice of Quantum Eraser.
Well,
You
So,
must
so Nathan, you know, like I require sources and evidence to believe things, right? So I just Googled real quickly, you know, do you require a container for pressure to exist? And Google is telling me there's no need for a container for pressure to exist. So
sorry, specifically gas pressure. I don't know if you know anything about gas, but it tends to...
Sources,
that-
Hold
P-Mars.
on.
you
Hey,
need
Chris,
a
is that
container
you?
for pressure.
Hold on.
Do you have any source?
Hold on.
for
What are the sources
Chris?
mentioned
Is
for
that you,
that
Chris?
information, P-Mars?
Shh. Is that you, Chris?
That's me.
Okay, good.
Carry on.
See, there's a lot of propaganda out there in the world right now, and if you just believe things without sources or evidence for them, you're gonna start
So
thinking
what
the
is
Earth
your
is flat.
source?
So
What
we're
was the-
talking specifically, P, right, about the sources for space. So according to you guys, you've got space where these satellites are, right?
Yep.
Right. So
We
we're
see
trying
them
to...
with telescopes, by the way.
Sorry, yeah, we're trying to talk about the pressure, gas pressure that we have on Earth, right?
Right.
Now that gas pressure, the pressure bit is how much force it exerts on the walls of the container. So, explain to me how we have gas pressure, but simultaneously have a vacuum right next to it.
That's incorrect. Pressure of gas is defined as the force the gas would exert upon a surface or a container. So it doesn't have to be a container like you're trying to say here.
No worries. Just tell me what the surface is at the edge of space. What's the surface there?
What?
The surface that it's pressing against to give you a PSI value. Tell me what
It
surface
doesn't-
it presses against
no.
when it gets to the vacuum, P.
But
When it gets
it
to that
needed
big
a surface
void.
or a
Hold on,
container,
Arwin, I've
Peter.
got this. When it gets to the big void you think the satellites are in, you tell me what that gas pressure is pressing against when it gets up there. What's it pressing
Do you know
against? Don't ask
gravity
me
is a
something.
force, right, Nathan?
Don't just tell me what it's pressing against. Per inch of what?
The force of gravity.
Sorry, it's not pressing on anything to do with gravity up there. It's next to a vacuum. So what's it pressing against?
It's
The
the
surface
gravity
of the
barrier.
It's not
There's
per inch of gravity, is it,
barrier
P?
of gravity out there.
It's not per inch of gravity, is it?
It's pressing against the surface of the Earth by the force of gravity. What's
And
so hard
yeah,
about
that's
that?
at the bottom. Yeah, it expands in all directions, does gas, P. Up as well as down. It's not like water. It goes up. It expands out. So what's
Not
it pressing
necessarily.
against? Have you not got an answer for me, P? I'm trying to ascertain what it's.
Okay, well,
gas
look,
pressure.
Nathan, there's gas.
We've got
has
this. We've got this
different-
area of space, P, right? Space. Yeah,
So
it's a big
if you have
vacuum.
a heavy gas, it's
a
not
big
gonna go
vacuum,
up,
right?
right?
And you've also simultaneously got gas pressure next to that vacuum. Now that gas pressure needs to press on something. So I want to know when it reaches that vacuum, what's it pressing on? Do you have an answer or don't you?
It's pressing on the surface of the Earth.
No, that's at the bottom, P. We've just gone through this.
So
at the
what?
bottom, it's
But
pressing
it's
on the
stacked up.
Earth.
Okay, like it's stacked on the top of the atmosphere, pushing on the Earth. I don't understand.
Presses in all directions,
Where are your
P-Mars.
So
prices?
it's going in all directions, including up. And what's up, according to
Wait,
you
wait.
idiots? Up is a giant vacuum, right? So what's giving us this gas pressure? What's it pressing against? It's a pressure.
It doesn't push up; it pushes down.
It pushes in all directions, P. That's what gas pressure does. It expands to fill the container. So, what's it pressing up against when it reaches the vacuum of space that you think contains satellites? What's it pressing against up there when it expands up?
Why do you think it has to press against something up in the vacuum?
Because that's how it's measured. PSI. Yeah? You with me, P? That's how you get pressure. Pressure is the amount it presses on something. So you can't just say it's pressing down, because it also expands outwards, and what do you know? Upwards.
But gas doesn't rise upwards.
Yeah, it does. It expands to fill the container. So far, we're just going around in circles with me explaining the same thing over and over again. Simple definitions of what gas pressure does. And we haven't really got to the point where you actually give me an answer about what it's pressing up against when it reaches a vacuum.
Because your question's stupid.
Really? It seems perfectly reasonable to me. We've got gas pressure. I'm breathing it right now. And yet, you seem to think it's acceptable to have a vacuum next to that gas pressure. It's not pressing against anything up in the sky, is it? Just basically...
Who's smarter than me? Like, really?
I think pretty much everyone. Maybe Alan.
I don't think
the
so.
exception, but
Boastful much there?
You guys
No
don't
answer.
even read books.
So, hold on. We're up to who's smartest now, rather than you giving me an answer about what that gas pressure is pressing
I
against.
gave you an answer. Your question's stupid.
Oh, right. Well, that's your primary source information and justification for space. So you haven't got any sources of information to give me to justify this little conundrum we have, P. You just
I could find sources.
Go on then.
Just give me
Off
time.
you go. You tell me what gives us the pressure. Come back with gravity, and we'll rip you a new one on
This
that.
kid's gonna go to the grave with nonsense.
so when you got gas pressurized in a container, in a tank, and you open it up, on the top of it, it pushes upwards because the pressure in the container from the gas is higher then what is above it? Upwards.
Not if it's not pressurized.
Gas doesn't go up. That's stupid. It gets pulled
No.
to the
What's the
course.
effusion and
It doesn't
diffusion
go
rate
up.
of the vacuum? That's what you're looking for. So what are the effusion rates and diffusion rates of gas expanding into an infinite vacuum?
Chris Monk is an idiot.
I thought he was a surveyor.
He's a liar.
Ad hominems, you know?
Yeah, you are an idiot, Chris
Yeah,
Monk.
P.
I'm gonna
Mars,
ad
just
hominem
go
you
back to
till-
spouting your N-word, because that
You're an
makes you
idiot.
look a lot more intelligent
What's your
than
job,
what you're
dude?
doing right now.
What's your job, Chris Monk? What's your professional job?
While P-Mars starts hammering into Chris, trying to dox him, I think I'll say first and foremost a huge, massive, enormous thank you to all of the debating panel for making this possible. Oh, come on. Why is my light working? Lots of technical issues today. But yeah, a massive thank you to all of the debating panel for making this debate possible, and also a massive thank you to all of the live audience for tuning in and hopefully sharing this debate. If you hated the show, you know exactly what to do, but if you like the show, maybe consider sharing it with a friend, or subscribing if you've not done so already. I've been Nathan Oakley, and I'll see you all in the next video.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!